festivals and performance spaces. And throughout the 90s and up to Pete's passing in 2014, Nancy had the joy of rehearsing, recording, and performing with him, along with her fellow chorus members. Nancy's been a Danbury resident since 2002, and she teaches music in preschools, leads programs for children in libraries, and conducts music therapy sessions for adults with developmental disabilities. So thank you, Nancy.
Up a little. Test. Okay. Could you help me hold the sign? You want to do that for me? Just take it off. And it's just the top one. Just, thanks. All right. Okay, so you have a part. Who's ready to sing? Yeah, I thought so. All right. Thanks. No kings here. Not in my America, no kings here. Not in my USA. We have no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty for what we call democracy. No kings here. Greg's gonna hold it up for me. Okay, so, no kings here. Sing that. Good. Not in my America. Not in my America. No kings here. No kings here. Not in my USA. Not in my USA. You sound great, Bethel. Got no need for royalty. Sing that. Got no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty. We believe in loyalty. To what we call democracy. To what we call democracy. No kings here. No kings here. Let's put it together. No kings here. Not in my America, no kings here. Not in my USA. Got no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty to what we call democracy. No kings here. George Washington was president, not just once but twice. When they offered him a crown, he gave them this advice. Here we go. No kings here. Not in my America. No kings here. Not in my USA. Got no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty to what we call democracy. No kings here. When Betsy Ross sewed up the flag, she found one thing was true. There was no room for purple. It was just red, white, and blue. No kings here. Not in my America, louder. No kings here. Not in my USA. Got no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty to what we call democracy. No kings here. Long ago we had a king, back in days of yore. He showed us what kings are like, so we showed him the door. No kings here. Not in my America. No kings here. Not in my USA. We got no need for royalty. We believe in loyalty to what we call democracy. No kings here. Well done.
Thank you, Nancy. I wish we had time for more. We have a gentleman who's from the military who wants to say one thing to the crowd.
Remember, no one is better than you. And God bless you all.
So Oh, thank you very much for that. Terrible things are happening outside. Poor, helpless people are being dragged out of their homes. Families are torn apart. Men, women, and children are separated. Children come home from school to find that parents have disappeared. That's Anne Frank, 1943. Chilling, isn't it? It could be a quote from the current news reports. The world is taught to say never again. Well, never again is now, with the villainizing of immigrants of color. We have Lulu here today, Lulu Castellanos. Lulu grew up in Orange County, California, raised by a single dad with her younger sister. Growing up, she witnessed firsthand the fear and trauma caused by immigration raids, watching friends, neighbors, and family members disappear. That experience has never left her. She's been in the medical field for over 10 years, driven by a deep desire to help others. 3 years ago, she moved to Connecticut, and seeing similar injustices happening here reminded her of everything she saw as a child. She couldn't stay silent, so now she helps wherever she can. Let's welcome Lulu.
Hello, my name is Lulu. Like she said, I'm new to Connecticut. I moved out here 3 years ago. My partner is from here, and we're building a life here. But I know, right? Fall is beautiful out here. But when the ice raid started, I started having PTSD from when I was a kid. I remember, my family, my sister and I were both legally born in the States. My dad has legal paperwork to be here. But I remember ICE knocking at our door when I was little. My sister was only 3, and they opened the door. My dad opened the door, and there was still a chain. That didn't mean anything to ICE. They broke down the door. They zip-tied me. They zip-tied my 3-year-old sister, who couldn't even run. They zip-tied my dad. They kicked my dad. They yelled at us, and that didn't happen once. That happened several times, and every time my dad would open the door, because education is power. People think that they see somebody with a uniform and they think, I have to open the door, they're the police. They're not the police, they're ICE. And back then my dad, he taught us to stay quiet, put our heads down, and that was just an everyday thing. My story is not unique. My story happened to a lot of people and is still happening to people. I wanted to do something to help because I don't want other children to grow up and be in tears growing up when they see these things happening again, right? So I found a wonderful group in Greater Danbury that's called Greater Danbury Unites for Immigrants. We help pass along that education, right? We hold classes to show people that they have rights, that, we have a voice. We don't have to stay quiet. Those children don't have to live in fear, and those parents don't have to be terrified to see their children zip-tied and yelled at and be kicked in front of their kids. We're all humans. So for my dad, who wasn't able to speak up, I'm here.
It's so hard to hear those stories, and Lulu and Kathleen are going to run over to Newtown and do the same thing again. So I have to tell the story again. Thank you, Lulu. Next, we have Kathleen Ferguson.